The Patio Theater on West Irving Park Road is not your everyday neighborhood movie house, thanks to the original architect and a resourceful Greek immigrant named Alexander Kouvalos. Alexander, nice to meet you.
Hi, how are you?
So this is your theater?
This is my theater. This was built back in 1926. So when we bought the theater, it was such a beautiful place, but of course it was very dirty and all that. So it took me about 11 months to clean up. I used to work about 12 hours a day, 7 days a week with another fella. He will clean, prime, and then I paint behind.
What was your first movie?
We used the No Way Out, which was indicative of our situation. It says, that's it. After we paint and all that, I says, there is no way out but open the theater and see what we can do. I don't know much. I'm not an architect. I'm a physicist by profession and economist. There are few theaters left in Chicago now, see, with this type of architecture. When I was going to high school, I used to go to the Marble Theater, the Paradise, and all that. All those things are closed. And so...
and the ones that are left, they've split into like 6 miniplexes, right?
Exactly. That's what I call shoe boxes. Before we bid for this property, somebody had bid for to buy the property, tear them down, and make a McDonald's place out of it.
This organ was used to accompany the silent films, right?
Exactly. This is Louis Andonelli.
This is the only theater in the whole city that still uses carbon arc projection. Changeovers. These housings here date from 1938.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack.
In my estimation, when you go to the theater, it should be a total experience. We're never going to split the theater into any two screens or 3 screens or 4 screens. Never.
Alex, if somebody wants to see a movie under the stars, what do they do?
Well, they should come to 6008 West Irving Park Road.
Phone number?
545-2006.
The phrase movie magic about to take on a whole new meaning in Northeast Ohio. Let's talk with Brian McIntyre this morning. He is at the place that's going to have big things happening later on today. Hi there, how you doing?
Hey, Tanya, how you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good. This is Magic Johnson's newest movie theater. He's got 3 or 4 of them all over the country, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Houston, and this is the latest one right here in North Randall, the greater Cleveland area. Now, this place has a real Hollywood feel to it. It's very nice. I actually got to go inside yesterday. Now, to you and I, this may be a very cool place to see a movie, but to the mall overall, it means something totally different. A day ago, this place wasn't even finished, but that hasn't stopped Magic himself from doing a bit of bragging about his newest theater.
12 screens, stadium seating, rocking chair, state-of-the-art theater, but also concession stand. You can get buffalo wings, you can get fried chicken, you can get shrimp, you can get french fries, pizza, everything. We have a wall of fame, and so it's really a great theater.
But Magic isn't the only guy puffing out his chest.
It has played a great role in improving morale among all the tenants and our everyday customers at Randall Park Mall, and it certainly improved my morale greatly.
Over the past year and a half, management has added a lot of new things to this mall. An indoor theme park, an outlet department store, a hip, trendy coffee shop, a new food court, and more. Magic's big new movie house is the latest step on the revitalization path.
The overall tenant sales, I predict, will be up 5 to 10%. But I won't be at all surprised if we see as high as 20% increases after the theater is open.
Now, you heard Magic talking about the concession stand. They've got everything you can possibly imagine. You know, it's like dinner and a movie, one-stop shopping. If you've got a really cheap date, you know, I guess that works out for you. 61,000 square feet, 3,000 seats, 12 screens. This is going to be the place to be. The grand opening, Tanya, is later on this morning at about 10 o'clock, and we hope to be here.
I don't know about cheap date. I mean, come on. It can be pretty expensive to go to the movies and
yeah, but it's not like going to a French foo-foo restaurant and then the movie, you know what I mean?
Which we know you do all the time.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
Okay, it looks like it's going to be a great time later on today, and what a boost to the area.
And Magic will be here himself.
And that is very significant, so we look forward to seeing him. Thanks a lot.
You got it.
It is official. Magic Johnson's fourth state-of-the-art movie theater is open for business right here in the greater Cleveland area at Randall Park Mall. News Channel 5's Brian McIntyre was on hand for the grand opening. He joins us live from North Randall. Brian, was it magical?
It was magical. And I must say, Tanya, before I go any farther, that I can tell you that Magic Johnson is an extremely nice guy. I did get to speak with him, and that was a lot of fun. But this place was packed. He seems to be excited, and the community, it would seem, is most definitely standing behind him. Now, the tearing of the ticket instead of the cutting of the ribbon, well, that happened a little, not quite 2 hours ago. Cleveland joins Los Angeles, Atlanta, and Houston on the list of markets where Magic has built his theaters. This facility is 61,000 plus square feet. It houses 12 screens and 3,000 big airline-style seats that rock back and forth. And oh, the concessions, let me tell you, every goodie you can think of, fried chicken, quesadillas, buffalo wings, and that's only the beginning. You know, mall management here at Randall Park has been working with success over the past year to revitalize this shopping center, adding 20 new businesses, including this theater. Magic says the community must continue that upward trend.
I have done my part. Now it's up to you to do your part. And the only thing I ask you to do is come in and cry, laugh, have a good time, but just respect one another and take care of the building. That's it.
Now I'm going to walk on over here and check out what we got. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. The popcorn seems to be pretty good. We're trying the popcorn. We got the Coke. I tell you what, this place opens. Thank you very much. Today at 4:30, the doors will open. And, well, the popcorn's good anyway. Tanya, you need to come over and check this out.
Popcorn back with you. I'll get to the theater. I think I know what you're going to be doing right after you're done with work today.
What can I say? I'm having a good time out here.
Enjoy the movie, Brian. Take care.
Take it easy.
Have a good afternoon. All right.
You're watching Sleepcore. Pleasant dreams.
Sundown at the Studio Drive-In in Culver City, California. Patrons arrive as they've done the past 50 years. They're going to a movie, but to some, it feels more like coming home.
Where I grew up in Texas, it was the thing to do, to go to the drive-in. Monday night, a friend of mine had a 56 Dodge, and it was dollar night, and everybody, as many people as you could get into the car, could get in. So we had them in the trunk and the back seat, and so that was the drive-in for me.
In 1963, more than 4,000 drive-in theaters dotted the landscapes of all 50 states. Even Alaska had 2 of them. But by 1993, a survey revealed that less than 800 remained, and even those were closing at the rate of about 2 a week. A fact that would have depressed Richard Milton Hollingshead Jr. Experimenting with a Kodak projector on the roof of the family car and a screen nailed to a tree, Mr. Hollingshead concluded outdoor movies would draw a crowd, especially if folks never had to leave their cars. He opened the world's first drive-in theater on June 6, 1933 in Camden, New Jersey. So what if patrons could barely hear the single loudspeaker mounted atop the screen? A new age had dawned and everyone wanted to ride along.
We had one guy that was rather dangerous. He was hanging on underneath the car to get in. Yeah, we got down to the box office and he burned his arm a little bit on the muffler and he yelled, and that's how they caught him.
Frank Diaz spent 43 years working for Pacific Theaters, the world's largest owner of drive-ins.
You might say I grew up in the drive-ins.
He began as an usher at the Vermont in Gardena, California.
I think the Sunday before we actually opened the theater for cash, they had about 400 cars there that came in just to look and see what the theater looked like, because it was such a novel thing then.
Get more out of life. Come often and bring your family to our drive-in theater.
Before the show, lessons on how to use the drive-in.
Please remember to replace the speaker on the post when you leave the theater.
But most of all, how to use the concession booth.
So come on, folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
Hungry?
How about a hearty Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwich?
Try Flavos. You'll say they're shrimply delicious.
You like our pizza pies, made from a famous Italian recipe.
I eat popcorn. Everybody eats popcorn. She tastes real nice.
Don't laugh. These clips worked. Statistics from the 1950s and 60s reveal drive-in patrons spent nearly twice as much on food and beverages as they did in walk-in theaters.
Hot dog? Yes, sir.
Drive-in operators would stop at nothing to attract an audience. Ed Brown's Fly-In Drive-In in Asbury Park, New Jersey, featured room for 500 cars and 25 airplanes. Ed built his theater next to a landing strip. Also, operators in northern states did whatever they could to prolong the drive-in season, even going so far as to give their patrons a free gallon of gas so they'd come, idle their engines, and run their car heaters during the movie. And if it rained, not to worry.
Simply press suction cups to the windshield as shown in the detail on your instruction sheet.
Any bugs? No problem. This theater's been sprayed. The insecticide of choice, usually DDT. Anything for the customer. On puppy night, Frank Diaz gives away a young collie. On oven night, he and James Whitmore part with an O'Keefe and Merritt. Finally, bank night, which offered the promise of money for nothing except showing up. Drive-ins tried harder for a reason. Owned by independent operators, major studios would not release first-run films there. Consequently,
the drive-ins were a great boost to the independents. Probably the company that took most advantage of it was AIP, a company I was never actually a member of, but which I made, I guess, around 30 or 40 films for.
No matter where you go or what you do or whom you kill, I love you till the day I die.
American International Pictures got rich producing quickly made, low-cost science fiction or horror films, many which never screened in indoor theaters. It would seem patrons weren't coming for the movie, and a 1959 survey proves it. The most frequently cited reason for attending drive-ins? Tickets were cheaper than at walk-in theaters. Besides, sitting in the Studebaker was more comfortable, and definitely more private, which meant more fun. All this, and you could be out of doors. Ranked 6th, actually going for the movie. But when folks got carried away with reasons 3 and 4, meaning Frank Diaz couldn't see any heads, he moved in.
If they were doing something in a car that we didn't think they should be doing, well, we'd have to jostle the car, make a little noise, and disrupt things and keep them from doing it.
30 years since first romancing at the studio drive-in, Bob and Donna O'Brien keep coming back.
It's comfortable. You can dress comfortably and sit down and relax. If I want to lay my head back and sleep a little bit.
Would she let you sleep?
If there's an exciting part, she'll touch me and say, you're missing a good show.
Oh, you're talking about the movie?
The movie, yeah.
As cities expanded in the 1970s and 80s, the cheap land operators bought for their drive-ins wasn't so cheap anymore. Some called it progress.
And I knew some drive-in owners who said, it's time to sell. I can make more money selling this land to a developer or building a shopping center or something myself and develop it than I can by running as a drive-in.
And it seems kids also prefer going to multiplex theaters or hanging out in shopping malls. And B-movie producers, today they skip the drive-ins and release directly to home video. Across the nation, theaters like the El Monte or the Centinela are running down or have closed altogether. Maybe the sound was bad, the movie second-rate, or the weather cold. Still, that's never why people like Dan Woodruff came.
There was sort of a rites of passage because my father had gone to the drive-in, and I remember finding an old drive-in movie speaker in the garage, and I didn't know what it was. I said, "What is this?" And he said, "Oh, you'll find out what this is."
It's an era that I don't think will be repeated. I think it's gone, and whatever's left of it will be a matter of convenience for the few drive-in fans that will still continue to go to drive-ins.
Get more out of life. Come often and bring your family to our drive-in theater.
For AMC in Hollywood, I'm Peter Jones.
So did I tell you? Huh? Nothing to worry about.
I knew you were right all along, Woody. Never doubted you for a second.
Traded me for cards.
You're watching Sleepcore, media for insomnia.
What's a movie without refreshments?
I'd like a large popcorn. I'll have some topping on that, please.
Hi, could I please have a Pepsi with lots of ice?
Raisinets?
I want some candy.
Some people claim that a movie just isn't a movie without refreshments. Each year, in theaters across the country, we serve enough popcorn to fill a freight train many miles long. We serve enough soft drinks to fill a good-sized city reservoir. Our customers gobble up thousands of pounds of mouth-watering candy. And just think about how far 1.25 million pounds of popcorn topping will go. So it should come as no surprise that operating our concession stand is one of the most important jobs here at General Cinema. So it's up to us to make our patrons' visit to our theaters even more entertaining by providing the freshest, tastiest refreshments served with a smile. In the next few minutes, let's take a closer look at our concession stands and what you can do to make your job here more efficient and more rewarding for you. By knowing your job, you contribute to our success. You benefit our patrons by serving the freshest concession items quickly and courteously. You benefit General Cinema Theaters because you'll be projecting an image of professionalism. And you benefit yourself because you'll take advantage of opportunities in our growing theater chain, and at the same time, you'll be learning a new job and customer service skills that will be helpful in any job you'll have in the future. This concession training program has 3 parts. First, this tape presentation offers a summary of the roles of our concession staff. Watch the program carefully. It will introduce the procedures you'll learn about in the second part of the training. The second part of the training is contained in the concession workbooks. They'll illustrate in detail all the procedures you'll need to follow. You'll learn at your own pace, and you'll be given self-tests to help you measure your progress. The third part of your training will be on the job, receiving instruction from your manager, observing your co-workers who have experience, and performing procedures on your own. You'll learn even more about the products we serve, and more about the skills you'll need to serve them. Don't be afraid to talk to your theater manager if you have any questions.
It's teamwork combined with an individual effort. It's people working together to help each other. It's also people working hard on their own, each knowing what has to be done. To perform our jobs well, we need to know what's expected of us.
Let's get started. You'll refer to 3 workbooks throughout your training. There are a few steps you'll need to follow to help get us ready each day. They're discussed in detail in Workbook 1. Step 1, unlocking the stand. Before the theater is open, you'll unlock the cabinets so you'll have easy access to everything you'll need during the day. Step 2, turn on the popcorn warmers. Since it takes a while for popcorn to heat up, you'll need to turn on the units early enough each day. Step 3, fill the popcorn warmers. The time to fill any of our displays or bins isn't when we're busy serving patrons, or isn't after we've run out. Start by filling the warmer to capacity at the beginning of the day, and keep fresh bags nearby. Many theater chains don't pop their own popcorn. We pop ours fresh. Because we use so much, we can't pop it at the concession stand itself. Instead, we have popping rooms in each theater, where we prepare and bag our most popular concession item. Popcorn is fragile. No one likes popcorn crumbs, so carry it carefully and keep fresh bags handy. You'll need to refill the warmer during the day. Anticipate your busy periods and refill the warmer prior to these busy times, so you'll have plenty of warm popcorn on hand ready to serve. Step 4, turn on the topping machine and assemble the topping machine pump. You'll see how easily the pieces fit when you review Workbook 1. Once you prime the pump, you'll be ready to dispense the warm butter-flavored topping. Step 5, fill the ice bins. Again, we fill the bins to capacity at the beginning of each day, so you don't run out later. Be careful to clean up any ice that falls on the floor to avoid slipping hazards. Step 6, set up your merchandise displays. Remember, an attractive display draws attention and increases our sales. Step 7 is count the money. You'll do this to verify the amount in the opening concession bank. Finally, Step 8 is to notify your manager that you're prepared to open. The opening procedures are now completed, and you're ready for patrons. Let's review the opening procedures. Step 1, unlock the stand. Step 2, turn on the popcorn warmers. Step 3, fill the warmers. Step 4, turn on the topping machine and assemble the pump. Step 5, fill the ice bins. Step 6, set up your merchandise displays. Step 7, count the money. Step 8, notify your manager that you're ready to open.
May I have a large popcorn, please?
I'm sorry, but we're out of that.
Oh, okay, then I'll have some Raisinets.
I don't know if we have any more.
Oh, Okay, then I'll have a Pepsi.
I think we've run out of cups. Would you mind stopping by on your way out?
Patrons can't buy what we don't have on hand, and they aren't likely to request items they don't see. It's up to you to keep the counter well stocked with the products we sell and the supplies we need to keep us operating. You'll need to make judgments anticipating what you need before you need them, so you're never caught at a busy period without the things you need close by. You'll stock some items at the beginning of the day and at closing, and other items will be continually restocked as you need them. The steps to stocking are detailed in Workbook 2. Remember, count the items you bring to the stand, making sure the amount delivered was the amount you ordered. Don't forget, it's not just the popcorn and candy that may run out. You'll need to order the cups, popcorn buckets, straws, and napkins, too. Now that we've opened the concession area and stocked it, it's time to serve our patrons. We're not always judged solely by the quality of movies that we project onto the screen and the quality of the items we serve. We're judged by the entire movie-going experience, and part of that is simply how we treat our patrons. The information that's presented in Workbook 2 will help you become an even more valuable General Cinema employee, serving the refreshments our patrons request and serving up the image of professionalism that's important to our success and yours. It's the image you project of courtesy, efficiency, and service that our patrons will remember. It's the kind of service you would expect from others.
All of us have a very important role, to know our products and to know our patrons.
Okay, I'd like a small no. I'd like a large popcorn. No. Okay, make that with a
You'll
little
learn
bit
to
of
deal with our patrons promptly and with enthusiasm. And you'll help them with the often difficult task of making a decision.
No, you know, maybe I'll have a candy bar.
The best method of suggestive selling is selling up. When a patron doesn't ask for a specific size, make a suggestion.
I'd like some popcorn, please.
Would you like a bucket?
We sell popcorn, soft drinks, and candy. When one isn't ordered, suggest the missing item.
I'll have a large popcorn and a large Pepsi.
Would you care for some candy, too?
Items that are on special are the perfect suggestion. Use suggestive selling wisely. It will increase our sales and increase our patrons' satisfaction. You'll be completing quite a few sales before each movie begins, so you'll need to know how to complete a sales transaction, taking in money and making the correct change.
Okay, that will be $2 out of 10. Your change is 3.
Be pleasant and polite. Count the change carefully, at the cash drawer, and into your patron's hand. Remember, to the patron, you are General Cinema. The image you project is the image our patrons will remember. Let's review what you'll learn in Workbook 2. Know your products and keep them in stock. Sell up. Suggest missing items. And alert our patrons to special promotions. Finally, the most important tip, be courteous and at all times, smile.
We all understand that our customers expect to see a place that's neat and clean. Part of our image is just keeping the place looking nice.
A well-maintained concession area isn't just important to our patrons, it's also important to us by providing a nice place to work. So we all have the responsibility to keep the area clean. In the third workbook, we'll be showing you how to keep our area looking its best.
It's not hard. There are just a few things I had to learn. Most of it's just common sense.
Some areas need to be cleaned at the end of each day, and other areas as needed throughout the day. You'll learn to spot problems before they get out of hand. And you'll learn how to take care of small spills and smudges that can be cleaned quickly. And you'll learn how to clean our equipment. A clean environment shows our patrons that we care. Workbook 3 will provide step-by-step instructions. How to clean glass and displays. How to care for the electrical equipment, like popcorn warmers and cold drink dispensers. Arm yourself with your sprayer whenever smudges or stains appear, and a mop when the stand needs a more substantial cleaning. The workbook lets you know what to clean and when. Remember, use caution when cleaning around food areas. At the end of the day, it's time to close up the stand, so it can be ready for another busy day tomorrow. There are only a few steps. It's a lot like opening in reverse. Step 1, return merchandise to stock, placing items in their proper storage cabinet. Step 2 is receive credit for merchandise that was returned or damaged and couldn't be sold. These are given to your manager for proper credit. Step 3, lock the cabinets. Step 4, inspect. Take a close look to see that everything is in its place and the stand is ready for tomorrow's activities. And finally, step 5, notify your manager to inspect the counter. When you review Workbook 3 and the other workbooks, take the time to learn about the products we sell and the skills you'll use every day. You're an important part of General Cinema. That's why this training program is so important. Welcome to the world of popcorn, soft drinks, and candy. Be professional, be courteous, smile, and above all else, enjoy your job.